Okay, hello everyone,
Hi.
and welcome to the July GlossGenius Community Roundtable. I'm so excited to get started, and I am so excited that our amazing special guests are here in one frame, ready and excited to begin this incredible conversation. I'll go ahead and start with this. So, welcome everyone. We've got some folks all over the place tuning in tonight. I'm so excited to welcome some of our GlossGenius community members who currently use GlossGenius and who are looking to learn some tips and tricks for being a better team manager as well as being a team member. And we've got some folks who have never tried GlossGenius before as well. So this is a really holistic conversation for anyone who's interested in improving the team environment in your salon. And I am so lucky and grateful to share the stage tonight with some incredible GlossGenius members. I'd love to start off by introducing, let me go ahead to my second one. So tonight we are here to talk about making the dream work and how you can support your team's efficiency for salon success. I have the pleasure of sharing the stage tonight with Diana Marie Morant, who is one of our GlossGenius ambassadors. I can't wait to dive in and learn more about you and how you have co-owned and created LaBuen Esthetics with your co-owner Christina, who's also on the call tonight. And we are triple lucky because we also have one of your salon team members on the call tonight, Crystal. So Crystal Lowell will be sharing some of her perspective of what it's like to be a member on a GlossGenius team within the LaBuen Esthetics environment salon. So I'm so excited to moderate tonight's conversation, and I know we're going to have a blast. So I'm going to go ahead and move on over here so that our amazing audience members can check out our gorgeous panel. So ladies, welcome. Are you so excited to get into the conversation?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Very excited.
I appreciate you putting up with my very high and intense energy for a Monday night, but I am just really so excited. I'm so excited because having the privilege of speaking to a GlossGenius team means that we're not only going to hear about your individual roles within your salon, but particularly how those roles work together and how you can stay efficient, not have to think too hard about it, and ultimately have GlossGenius do the work for you so that you can work in harmony and have fun while you're doing what you love. So first, I'd love to just go around and have each of you introduce yourselves, share a little bit of a background of how you got to be where you are today in your career and what your dynamic is in the salon. So I'd love to start with Diana Marie so that you can chat about where you've been. Oh, you're laughing because I said Diana Marie, but
no,
colloquially,
we're like, no, you first, but you just chose for us. So that's fine.
Okay. What you can go in whatever order you want. I just wanted to give you the stage. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, so obviously this was not my first pick to become an owner. You know, it was just something normal that was considered a side hustle. I think just like everybody else. And when I started to see that having my own business paid more than my 9 to 5, and I was a medical biller, it was crazy to think that, you know, that I could actually make more money. And it helps because I do have a lot of kids and I have my husband, and, you know, we have a big family. So having my own schedule, having my own job, like my own business where I can make the time to come in whenever I want, it helps with our family tremendously, like everything. And then my best friend and I, you know, my co-partner, she's been in my life for like 13 years as well. So it was a little bit easier to combine our businesses together. And I
love Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say, I love a bestie moment and that you two conquering this together.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of people against it because, you know, they say business and friendship don't mix. But if you get the right, you know, communication, as long as it's open communication, it works. I mean, you know, it happens, and it happens with a lot of people. But as long as you work and communicate, you can get through a business.
Christina, since we just gave you a nice introduction, I'd love for you to go next.
I started as a stay-at-home mom. I never pictured myself doing lashes because we do lashes. I never pictured myself, like she said, owning a business, let alone, doing lashes for a living. But it definitely, coming from a stay-at-home mom, I actually did lashes in my house, in my kitchen. So it definitely was way better when I decided. Diana pulled me to the side. She was like, I'm going to open a shop. What do you feel like? I was like, oh, sure, let's do it.
I love it. Feet first. Let's go. Let's dive in.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the attitude you should have in any new venture like that, right? Especially one that is a little scary and maybe a little intimidating, but ultimately the work that you go through is ultimately how you're going to make that happen. Crystal, I was going to say Crystal can go next, but she's going to answer the door.
We did close shop. However, I have no idea why they're not gonna.
We got a straggler. They want to come see our conversation.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yes.
Good luck tomorrow.
Bye. So sorry, guys. I apologize.
Don't apologize at all. You're hustling. I should also mention that these incredible women of the LaBuen Esthetics team are based in Southern California, so it is in the middle of your day. And I just want to say thank you for giving us time to chat with you. So no worries at all. I know we've also got a kid in the salon, so anything that comes up. Oh, stop apologizing. You don't know me. I love kids. So we're going to have fun. I'd love to continue with Crystal. Please introduce yourself. You're the one that I actually haven't gotten a chance to connect with you yet. So I'm so excited to get to know you. I know you are a member, a team member within the LaBuen Aesthetics Salon, but you are one of the lash techs. And I think what Diana and Christina shared with me is like, you're one of the best. So that's why you're on the team call today.
They didn't tell me that. But yeah, my name is Crystal. I started my my aesthetics career probably about 3.5 years ago. I'm an esthetician. I do lashes. I joined the LaBuen and Sims company probably like 3 months ago, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. And it's been great. I planned on working, for big companies, salons, spas of various kinds. But I found working with such a small group and works a lot better for me in the long run with being able to plan out your own schedule, and then having a system like GlossGenius really makes everything easier in the long run because you really don't have to do much but check your schedule. So it works for everybody. Yeah.
That works for me. Thank you for sharing that, Crystal. And I have a couple questions specifically for you later on in this conversation. But I'd love to start with Diana and Christina. I think it's really interesting as salon owners, as female entrepreneurs. I'm sure there's a lot of aspects of like running your team and the to-dos and the day-to-day items that you have to get done. How does that contribute to your overall business, and how do you stay successful?
Well, are you talking about GlossGenius in general, or in what do you mean? I'm sorry.
I think just in general with your experience as salon owners for LaBuen and Sims Aesthetics, how that has worked. Like, how do you guys find success in your salon?
Well, I feel like I would say to start off is just your personality, I think to me the attitude is the biggest thing. Like every time we get clients that come in, it's always the attitude, it's always the vibe, what they call it nowadays, it's the vibe. And it really is a big thing because you don't want to go into a shop where people are just so angry, no one's making giving any attention to you, they're not attentive. And I think that's what we strive on. Like I said before we started this video, chat or whatever, it's your friendship and relationship with your clients. And I think that's what keeps them coming. And honestly, they're the best marketers for us. Is they advertise us when they see their lashes or whatever it is that they got done here, because we do facials as well. And they're like, oh, I love it there, go there. And they vent here. We have like a whole vent session. And what I think it is that we wanted this place to be like a hair salon. like a salon where you go in and just chat with the girls and talk about life. And I think that's what it is. And I love it. And I feel like that's what's keeping everybody from coming back, and maybe her too, because she's a part of our team. She's here every day with me. It's sad, but I don't trust people to watch my child, and I'd rather her come with me here than be with somebody else that I don't even know who or what they're doing to her. So here she is.
Wow. Well, first, it sets an example that you trust your kid enough to be your CEO.
Yes.
Yep, that's you, baby. That's you. I think something you touched on, which I think is really important, is like it's all about creating the relationships, not only within your team, and obviously the relationship that you and Christina share in terms of trust and I got your back, you got mine, we're in this together. But also from Crystal's perspective, like it really is interesting that the relationships you've built as a team really make a difference and make that impact so that you can feel good when coming to work. You can feel good knowing, hey, I can have a night off because I just checked my GlossGenius app and I know what my schedule is tomorrow, or I know what my next few paychecks are going to look like, or I have insight to that knowledge. So
yeah, and GlossGenius does help with that. It's so amazing. Like I've literally tried every other app. Like before when we first started, I've tried a lot, like Square, Acuity, like whatever, all the other ones. Yeah, and they were expensive, and which I understand. I'll pay if it's good. To be honest, I'm gonna pay if it's good, but if it's not, I can't. Square was okay. However, it's not user friendly. Like you have to have knowledge of computers and everything, and we just don't have time for that. We have a lot of kids. I have 4, she has 5. We're like crazy everywhere, and it is a lot better that Gloss literally does everything for us. Scheduling appointments is easy. Pulling up your reports, the money just comes the next day if you use your card reader. It makes it easy for us to balance our personal life and actually the shop, because no one taught us how to become business owners. We just had to do it. It's just one of those things that you just have to learn. And I think that's that GlossGenius. Had I not found it, I probably would have struggled because it's not easy. And we converted from Square team to GlossGenius team. And I see here that someone was looking for more information about that. And it's worth it because it's so easy, so self-explanatory. Like everything's already made for you. You just got to sign everybody up. It's so easy and amazing. I recommend it to everybody because it makes my life, her life easier. And we have a lot of stuff going on. So it made it easier.
And I didn't have to pay to sign up. So that makes it way better. Look, I didn't pay anything.
Yeah, the other one was like, do we have to pay? We're like, no, girl, it is everybody. And that's even better. Because everywhere else, they charge you extra for a certain amount of people. Then it deters people from wanting to hire more people. And so it's great. I love it.
Wow. Thanks for gassing us up, you guys.
Look, I don't get paid for this, so don't think I'm just promoting you. No. How do
Well, we're so lucky. Thank you for that just incredibly generous compliment. And I think the greatest compliment is knowing that you are successful because of this system and because of the confidence that you have to run your business and to run your team and manage that. But I want to be clear, like, I think Crystal also has that ability too, to take control and take charge with her schedule. It's not a top down, it's really a lateral connection, and that relationship makes it healthier. Thank you, Diana, for sharing that. Now, Crystal, since we're talking about things that work well for you, like being able to check your schedule or knowing what's coming up, on your salon calendar, being able to fill in or get someone to fill in, what makes your life easier inside and outside of work? And what makes you feel good about that?
So our lives are all crazy these days. Everybody, from family to friends to just the way the world works, and not having to worry about a schedule especially with your own job, and clients can make their own schedule. Clients can change things. I don't have to worry about fixing things every moment that need to be fixed. It's one less stress in your life. It's one less thing to have to worry about on top of everything else right now. So the reason why I love it is because here I can look at it, overview it, learn more stuff about it. Especially with the girls, they know far more about it than me. But one of the coolest parts about it is that I didn't need to know anything to even use the system. You look at it and it's all right there. It tells you everything you need to know. And I didn't have to worry about trying to download this app and then download 2 other apps and then making my own website or anything like that for this. It's all connected together, and I don't have to worry about 5 different ways of using one thing. And I think that's what everybody is looking for these days, just becoming more efficient and not having to worry about the stuff that should be really easy. So thankfully, GlossGenius makes things a lot easier and puts the picture together for you. So
we love to hear it. And I think you touched on something like being able to have, right? I know. Feeling like your website is something that should be so easy and happening in the background. You don't have to think twice about it.
Right.
And knowing that any customer that comes to LaBuen or Sims Aesthetics can choose the professional that they want to work with based on your experience, based on your expertise. You know, maybe you do a service that is particular to you as a professional, Crystal. And you said like you do facials. I know that you do a couple other aesthetic services at the salon as well. So that's amazing.
Yeah,
amazing to
it's easy to integrate like what I do with what everything they already had on their menu. It's just really easy to add. It's quick to add. I was quickly able to, add the link to my own profile. So everything just works really smoothly. I was kind of surprised actually.
Yeah.
I was like, you have to do what? And that's it?
I love it. I freaking love it. It is the easiest. It just made life a lot easier, especially because there's so many other things you have to deal with owning a business. That was the last thing that, we want is somebody texting, hey, I want to schedule this day, having to look at your calendar, look at everything else. Yeah. Like, you don't have to do that back and forth texting. This day works for me. How about you? No, it doesn't work for me. Now they could just go in there, look at my schedule and pick where I am available. So, and I like that they can cancel and edit their own schedule because I don't dislike when people do that, but it's hard for me because I'll double book myself on accident if I'm the one doing the booking. So I like that they're able to cancel it or adjust it or whatever. But my clients love it. They tell me all the time that when I had first started, because, Gloss wasn't as, people weren't using it as much. So when I had first started using it, they were like, your website's so pretty. How did you set it up? I'm like, actually, it was already set up. That was cute. But it is my site. It is my services. And I think it's crazy because not a lot of people have it. And I was just like, what the heck? This is not hard to find. It's on your app store. So it's really cool that they like it. I love it. It texts them notifications. And they are telling me that they love that as if no other apps do that. So I'm not sure if it does, but they love it. I love the notifications and that it tells you whether or not they confirm so that you know whether or not you're going to have them come. Because, you get no call, no shows and stuff like that. So.
And everything's so customizable to each one of us.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want on it. You can make blocks on it. You can, make your own hours, of course, thankfully. But it's just.
That I appreciate, making your own hours. Because it's not a lot of places like other apps allow you to do that. Making their own hours, like mine is different than hers. We have different lifestyles. And we are technically kind of like, our own owners on our own business. So I like that, you're able to put different hours because I'm not going to tell them when to come in. They can come in whenever they like, So,
well, you're a great boss if that's the case.
You gotta be determined. If they want to make the money, they'll be here, right? If they don't want to, then you don't really want it. And I can't rely on that work if you don't want to be here. So I just like, if you want to be here, then I know you're going to put in 100. If you don't want to be here, I know it's probably not. So you choose when you want to come in and when you're ready to take clients.
Absolutely. I mean, amen to that. Christina, I see you nodding your head like, yes. I'd love to know more from your perspective. I know you're not a GlossGenius ambassador technically, but you kind of are in a way. Like, you've been with GlossGenius just as long as Diana. What has your experience been as a member of this community? How has GlossGenius helped make your life easier from what you previously used before, or how you currently, run your day to day in and outside of work?
It's easy because I used to use Square before I used GlossGenius. And Square, it would tell you had an appointment and you had to go into Square, the app, whereas GlossGenius, it'll text you, okay, yes, and then it's done. Like, it's simple. It just makes life 20 times easier. And she actually was the one who introduced me to Gloss. She was like, it's only $24. I was like, I don't know, $24 is a lot. And then when I switched, I was like, oh, I guess it's not a lot because it's doing the job for you pretty much. So I could just be out and about and booking appointments just by clicking yes. That's it. It's simple. And like she said, I love that we can book our own hours because her hours are completely different than what I want to work. If I don't want to work tomorrow, I'm going to block out my day. I'm not working tomorrow. It's simple. Very simple.
As a team, what are some other ways that how does communication work on your team? I think that's the question I want to ask. Like, how do you maintain respect? How do you maintain a can-do attitude and creating that energy within your salon?
To me, I would say just being open. We're so open with each other. Like, we just met her. Well, we hired her on a couple months, like probably 6 months ago or something, right? And I feel like I've known her for years. Just being open and communicating. Communicating is key. Understanding whenever things are, for example, okay, sometimes we have days where we can't take that client that we already had scheduled. And that's a big deal because, sometimes oh crap, I already have something, you already have something, we got to look around. But they're always willing to help. So if I couldn't, I'll take her. There always has that want to help attitude versus no, I don't want that. And we try to keep that open communication because I don't know, we're family here. We're here. Communication is key. And we're here 24/7 with them almost, they're there all the time, every day. We see them more than we see our spouses. Right. So obviously communication is definitely going to play a big part. And, my biggest thing was working with females. That's a problem. Everyone's always saying working with females is a problem, but not here. We like to keep it open. We don't like judgment. We don't like anything. We leave everything out. We're just
if there's problems, we talk about it.
Yes. Open communication. Yeah, that's true. Because we had issues where, that he said, she said stuff. Well, I don't care. I'll confront you. And I told her, hey, what's up? And then she's like, what the heck? No. So, but it's addressed in a manner where you are not, saying you believe whatever you hear. You just address it. And there's ways to go about it where it's just communication, fun and games. You just laugh it off. It's never crazy like that. I don't think we ever had really any issues like that here. And we have 6 girls here. So
we all enjoy what we do, and we all just want to make money and do it the best way and more as efficiently as possible. And the only way to do that is that we all get along and communicate with one another. If somebody needs help, you help them out. If you see a great set of lashes, you're like, go girl, those look amazing. We teach each other, we help each other in every way possible. And I think that's the most important thing is it's not each man for themselves. We're all here for one another.
It's a team for sure. And I've never, ever thought it any other way, which is why she said, I dragged her into this. I'm not going to do this by myself. If I was going to do this by myself, I might fail. I don't know. Because, you got to have somebody that's with you that motivates you. Just like going to the gym. I promise you, if I go to the gym by myself, I'll quit in a week. But if she was going to the gym with me, we would stay longer than a week. So it is what it is, I guess. And I think a team is way better than by yourself.
And we can see each other's schedules too, which is really cool, which is nice.
Yeah.
You can see who's busy when. And
Well, I think you made an amazing metaphor of going to the gym is kind of like working on a team, because it's a little bit you have to flex this muscle of communication. You have to keep working at it so that you get stronger at being able to work as a team. And I think also, for example, not everybody has this perfect, blissful experience that I can tell and feel your energy like through the screen. I think that sometimes there's other salon environments, like maybe someone on this call is struggling with creating that synergy with their team. What are some ways that you would suggest strengthening that muscle? How would you suggest, like, and you don't even have to talk about GlossGenius, like using a tool like that is really essential, but what are some other ways that you create efficiency? Is there a sign-in board at the salon? Is there a couple different rituals that you do, like a morning ritual? Whoever opens up does this, whoever closes is responsible for that. Do you have stuff like that in your salon?
I mean, not really. I mean, we have a sign-in sheet for.
Can I speak as an outsider coming in to like this that was already established? So coming in was really, they made it really easy because everything had guidelines already. There's rules, there's regulations, there's cleanliness, there's everything that you need in order to run a shop. And they have that established already. There wasn't, oh, you can bring your friends in and hang out. No, this is I mean, you can, but to a certain extent, you know what I mean? They have sign-in sheets. They make sure that you have your client appointment sheets. They help you set up everything online with your phone, with your computer. If you have any questions, they provide uniforms for us so that no one's looking crazy, but we all look presentable. Also providing a station and just making sure for them, for me, it was them making sure that I had everything I needed. If I had any questions, they were answered. If things needed to be addressed, everybody got the same piece of paper saying, hey, this is how it should be done and is going to be done. If you can't respect the rules, then you're out. But the rules aren't that hard to follow. So if you really can't follow them, then you're probably not in the right environment. But I think
mic drop.
I think that just having your regulations and guidelines and in place ahead of time is super important, because if there's a problem with one thing, it sours so many other things around you, and that's not the kind of environment that anybody wants to work in or come get any kind of treatments done in. You can feel the energy in rooms. So
It is so true. It is so true. And I love that you're all working as a team right now. I just want everyone to recognize we're on a live call and Diana's running back and forth, taking care of business while we're up here. And I think that's teamwork. Amazing. Before I go into my next question, which is around a question that was actually from the audience I see in the chat, we'll get there in a sec. I want to just say thank you, Crystal, for sharing that perspective, because I think maybe someone is at the beginning of their career and joining a salon environment like this for the first time. Like maybe it's your first time working with 6 other lash techs in the same space. That can probably be a little intimidating. So it says a lot about what Christina and Diana have done to create a really healthy foundation of, and like Diana, what you said, like if they're here if they want to work, they'll be here. And if they don't, then they won't be. And I think Crystal, as a team member and as someone in your environment, deserves that. The clients laying down, getting their, and like think about like your eyelashes are like really vulnerable. Like they're actually like a very vulnerable spot of your body. And I think like you have to feel that energy be really calm and like soothing. So that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for sharing that, Crystal. Okay, my next question I see here is someone named Margie would like to know, how do you promote or advertise your business? I know you each have your Instagram accounts and you have the LaBuen account, but talk to us about how you promote it.
So, hi, Marjorie. So the way we promote is, to be honest, it'll just be your social media. So we do use Instagram. They do ads. You could pay for ads there. But I also like your local groups, your Facebook groups. That's where we advertise, obviously, because it's local and they can get to us. But that's really where we get a lot of our followers. A thing actually that we did, because we are a new business open here. It's a shop where we live at. It's brand new. People don't know the location where we're at, but we want people to come in here so they can see. So what we did, was a discount special, and we did post it on our local group, and it actually got a lot of people in. And then of course you do one person, they're going to go show the world and there's your marketing right there, and then it just gets bigger. So you can do that. That's really what we did, and I think that's helped us tremendously, because people, they love discounts, and you're not really losing money. Some money is better than no money, but just get them in there. And if you do the work, that's your time to actually show them your work and show them your guys' vibe. And every time they come here, they always are like, oh my God, I love you guys. You guys are so sweet. I'm going to come back. They feel like we're friends. And that's what it is. We are their friends. We care.
I think those two words, we care, that is just the underlining moment here. And I will tell you that working for GlossGenius, I've met so many amazing professionals in the beauty and wellness industry. And the number one through line for everyone is that they care so much about their clients and how their business is in, that someone walks away from their business and feels really good. Mm-hmm. And I can't imagine someone else in a service industry that works and puts that much effort behind this. So I'm just so impressed.
Yeah, sure.
Margie, I hope we answered your question. I think the underlying thoughts there were have a social media presence and offer incentives for clients that are new, have been on your roster for a while, raise your prices. There's a bunch of different resources. I know that there's some GlossGenius folks on this call, and if someone had a chance to throw in the price raising quiz in there, we can throw it in the chat so that some folks can figure out how to best do that for their salon. Hopefully someone's listening, but if you're not, that's okay. I'll share it with everyone later. I feel like we're in a really good spot to talk about what it's like to build your business from the ground up. So let's rewind. I know. What did it start off looking like? And I don't even want to say LaBuen Esthetics, because we know that that's not what it was day one.
Yeah.
But how did that idea spark from a seed to being in your brick and mortar environment right now?
Well, first we started from home. Like she said, she was in her kitchen. I was in my garage. And it was like an extra room garage, but it was hot. Let me tell you, it was hot. California's hot. So I guess mainly was because she ended up going into a salon with one of our other close friends who also owns a lash shop. And she had her daughter with her too. She has a small daughter. And I feel like, I've heard, not complaints, but it was being an issue that her daughter was there. And then I'm like, I started doing powder brows, which obviously involves a needle, and I didn't want to do that at my home either. So it gave me the idea to open the shop, but I wanted to ask her because she was in the situation that she was in, and also because I just felt like I probably would have figured it out, but I didn't want to do it by myself. I'd rather have somebody to do it with me. And who other than my best friend, who else would I ask? So when we did start off, we just started off looking at places. We went to a couple of places to look at the commercial buildings. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I actually did a lot of research on, the type of lease, because there are different leases I didn't even know. They have triple net, they have whatever. And apparently I didn't know what that meant. So I had to go research that. What is triple net? What does that mean? And that, so that way what you're paying for. Because, a lot of the times there's things that are taxes hidden behind everything. I don't know in other states, but in California here, there's so many taxes that are hidden and you got to pay. So I just wanted to make sure that we weren't having to pay more than what we are paying now, which was nothing. But for her, because she was renting with our friend. So I just wanted to make sure that hers was also underneath. But what else? So then we got the shop. Actually, funny story, I was on vacation and she had to help me. She had to get everything ready for me. But we were trying to get this lease signed here. And I was on vacation, but I had quit my day job because it was a hobby. This was just a hobby. But then I ended up quitting my day job and was like, oh my God, I'm scared. Like I quit, but I have so much bills. There's like bills. And I was like, I'm just going to think that I'm gonna do this. Like I was scared. Like I for sure didn't think I was gonna make it. My husband couldn't cover my bills, so we split bills. So it was just like, oh my God, this was a leap of faith. I honestly was just tired of working with the people I was working with, and I just said, oh well, I guess I quit. So and then I got back, and tell them you're
okay. So she got back literally the day she flew in from Pennsylvania. We came straight here to the shop, started painting. And we were here till like 2:00 in the morning, and she had to be up the next day to leave by 5:00 in the morning. And then she came back around 10 a.m. We were back in the shop. We were putting the floors down, finished painting. We were in here till like 2:00 in the morning, probably a couple days, like, I don't know, maybe a week at a time.
And we didn't hire outside contractors. It was our husbands,
we did it ourselves,
our kids, and us. And
all ourselves.
Yes. Because I mean, we didn't want to take out a loan to do everything, and it was expensive. So we had to, get, the floors, the walls. Then we started doing, the equipment, the tables. But to be honest, if it wasn't for like Afterpay and Klarna, I don't care, as embarrassing as that sounds, we had to do it. We didn't want to have loans. So we're like, nope, Klarna it is, Afterpay it is, and buy all the products. And we were paying them off though. And we didn't want to do loans. We made that mistake one time for our sign. And we had a DoorDash every day because the thing was due every day. So we had a DoorDash and do this. And it was so crazy. It was crazy. It was like tears. We were in tears, literally tears. It was hard. I'm glad we're past that because it's been crazy.
And look at where you are now. I mean, I just want to go back really quickly. The fact that you have this business and you didn't have to take out any loans because of the fact that you rolled up your sleeves and you were like, all right, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it big and we're going to do it together. And I think that's the key I would love for people to walk away with tonight, is knowing that the dream is attainable. It's just about finding the strategy and maybe not cutting corners, but like finding the loopholes so that you can get from point A to point B, and doing it as quickly with the most efficiency that you can.
That's the thing, is that people think there's only one way to get there. There's only one path to get there, and it really isn't. Like a lot of people, loans or all that stuff, it really is not. You gotta make your plan. Obviously, the first thing is writing it down and making your plan. That is a big deal. And then writing your steps to get there and actually believing that you're going to get there. Don't think, oh, maybe I might. No, you're going to get there as long as you do it. I'm saying this because I didn't think I was going to get here. Okay, I'm just a normal, average person. I'm not like extremely, I'm not a genius, and I'm sure not rich, because I'm not. So the fact that somebody average like me, average like her, to be able to open a business and actually, I still can't believe it. Sometimes we come in, I'm like, holy crap, we did this. Like, we have everything set up. It's still a shock to me, but I think that it's easily attainable as long as you're wanting to do it. If you want it enough, you're gonna get it. Like, there's no way, there's nothing that's gonna stop you, because every time there is, you're just gonna keep going. And I think that's the biggest thing. Just keep going, and you have to have a lot of supporters, because there are times where I wanted to give up, and my husband tells me no. You think LeBron James was professional in a day? No, that's exactly what he tells me, and he's right, because honestly, as long as you have supportive people pushing you, you're gonna make it. Anybody can make it. I know this for a fact.
And LeBron James is an amazing team player too. Side note. Go Heat. But anyway, I think that the one thing that I want to get into now is talking about when you got to the point where you're like, okay, we've got paint on the walls, we've got a sign out front, we may be paying extra for that, but who cares? We are having clients come in every day. How did Crystal get involved, or how did you start building your team? When did it go from just Christina and Diana to growing your team in general?
I think we just felt like for one, we didn't want to pay a lot for rent. So booth rentals, right?
Mhm.
So we got everything, and we advertised on social media, obviously, Instagram, Facebook, OfferUp too. You'd be surprised, people are on there.
Hey,
And that's where she actually contacted us. Where did you find us?
I think it was Facebook.
Facebook. I think it was Facebook.
Yeah, honestly, I keep bringing it up because it's such a big thing. Facebook groups in your local area will get you your like local
Anything you
marketing.
want.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, and the best time to actually post, in case anyone wants to know, is from like 9 p.m. to late, because that's when everyone's laying in bed just scrolling bored. I literally posted something like, because we were doing discounts, and so many people hit me up from 9 o'clock at night to like 2 in the morning. People were messaging me, and it's because literally that's what they're doing at night, to go to bed. They're scrolling on their phone. So that's the best time.
what a great tip and trick. I honestly have never thought about that before. So that's a really good point. Crystal, what has your experience been as an independent artist and finding the right team?
That's huge in so many ways because I've been a part of a lot of teams. I started off at home doing lashes after schooling. And I started off in a little calendar book, writing down my appointments, having to either scratch shit out or, if I couldn't find my whiteout, I'd have to start a whole new page. It's just writing stuff down was how I started out. And then they introduced me to Square. Okay, cool. Square was cool, but it was harder to use than I think that it should have been. And then we got to GlossGenius, and I'm like, oh, this is so easy. Like way easier than having 3 different apps for Square and having to communicate and use different apps for checking our clients out. And to be perfectly honest, you can tell whether you want to be somewhere within a couple of weeks of when you get there. You can tell if the vibe's going to be good. You can tell if the type of area is where you want to go to or drive to every day. And then trying to figure out if you're able to build a clientele within that area as well. So starting off, I wasn't sure how it was going to do or how it was going to be. But like I said, after a couple of weeks, you kind of figure out whether something's going to work for you or not. And the fact that they had a lot of stuff already put into place and I didn't have to worry about it or stress about it is really helpful. And then, of course, they also helped me to build my clientele here as well. So that's deeply appreciated. And having an app like GlossGenius makes it easy for me to do it myself now. So they don't have to stress about it so much.
Yes.
I was just about to say, I imagine that you, Christina and Diana, have a sense of relief when you're like, I have my own life. I got my own bills. I got my own things to worry about. I know that Crystal's good. Like, I don't need to send her an email or print out something to put on her booth the day of to let her know, here's what you're doing that day. It kind of gives you that sense of independence and like, yeah, I can do this. I can be the leader that I know I am. And look at you. You're clearly doing that. And at the same time, you're growing your clientele with these women as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really special.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talking more about GlossGenius and how the 3 of you use it. I don't mean to get so technical, but I am curious of what the dynamic is. Like, who has access to your GlossGenius account? Is it just the 2 of you and all the 6 technicians? Is there anyone else like an accountant or a social media creator that you commission to use? Because I think that you're able to also utilize those tools as well. And I'm not sure if you've ever tried that.
So right now it's just me and Christina that has access to like adding members. They have access to it to get their reports, whatever they would need to adjust on their end. That just has to do with them particularly. As for the third party, like accountant or whatever, they don't have access to mine. However, when he needs my reports, I just pull it up, I just pull it up for him, send him the printout or the PDF, and he's good. So it actually works good in the way how the card reader, it deposits into my account, and the name of it just says, GlossGenius. And I told him, like, if it says GlossGenius, that's income. Because, he always has to ask me, what is that? What is that? And I'm like, if it says that, that is my income. So I think it's cool. It's easy for everything. I like it a lot. I love it, actually.
You should just tell them anytime it says genius, that's me. Anytime it says genius and gloss next to it, it's me. Don't worry.
Right.
I love that. And Crystal, do you use it other than for anything else other than using your schedule, being able to understand what the rest of the team is doing, ringing up product if that's something that you have in your salon?
Yeah, I use it for a bit of everything, from booking anything, from checking sales, see what's coming up, see what they're doing. Also, what else do I use it for? I use it for my own personal clients that I take at home. So for, I don't know, putting in doctor appointments, or if there's times I'm not going to be able to be here, it lets them know that I'm not going to be here. So
that's key. Like that work-life balance. I can't imagine not having a calendar where you're able to share, hey, I'm not going to be here. There's nothing more like anxiety producing like that. I can imagine as a team lead, like Christina or Diana, like I can imagine that relieves a lot of stress for you too.
Yes. Oh, yes. And it's really good on marketing too. I'm not sure if anyone knew that. GlossGenius is actually really good. So you guys have your email campaigns. I'm not sure if people know about that, but you have your email campaigns and your text campaigns. I was struggling one time because my clients were low. It was like low. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? It gave me an option. I just thought of it and I thought it was really cool. It gave me an option to go in there and, it'll say like, filter it for clients that I haven't seen in 6 months. And then it just filtered it to that. And then I was like, okay, for these clients, I'm going to reel them in by, okay, I'm doing $20 off if you bring this email in and show me that you did it and you get $20 off. I actually got people to come in and I didn't even know who I didn't see in the last 6 months, but it gave you that option, which is crazy because like I said, I've never seen any other apps do that. So, and the templates you guys give to, for your posts, that's really cool because some people don't have access to like Canva or any other thing for that matter, and you guys have it all. So that's
do you feel like a boss?
Oh, with GlossGenius, I am a boss.
I feel like the boss energy. I mean, the three of you in your own way, I'm just getting so much wisdom and confidence from all three of you. And I hope that this conversation helps you feel more confident in who you are, because the fact that you're able to share your experience so well and also provide advice for others helps make others successful. And that is something that we at GlossGenius really care about, is helping others feel like they can do this, that even if the stigma of owning your own business, managing your money, feeling like you're on top of things. Right now, we're in such a competitive time. There's so much going on. Life is very noisy. And how do you stay focused on your day-to-day? You need help. Everyone does. So it's amazing to know that GlossGenius has been able to help all three of you and to help your clientele and your community on its own as well. I want to make sure I answer some questions that have come through on the chat, because I'm taking a look at the time and we're making great time here. I did have some questions around, or someone said something about the SMS and marketing. Do you think that email and text message marketing has helped keep retention? I think you answered that a second ago, but in case you wanted to add anything else.
Yes, I believe so, because you're more what was that word I was looking for? Like, you're more
proactive.
Yes, proactive. There you go. Like, you're more proactive with them, and they're seeing these emails. And believe it or not, people check their emails. I mean, it's not, I guess, but they do. They see emails and they think it's junk email. But I like that it texts them too. They do think it's junk email, but for some reason they find it, and I don't know. They see it. It's there. But no, the text messages, I think it does. I think it keeps retention, keep them from coming back for sure. And honestly, booking them before they leave, like booking their next appointment before they leave, is always better too, in case you needed that tip too. That is definitely, because then they feel obligated to come back.
And people have busy lives too, and
Yeah,
they forget. They
mhm.
just forget to do their lashes. You know, it happens. We all get busy, and then
Mhm.
to have that option of being able to say, "Hey, come back," or "Here's a little specialty," I think it's pretty cool to have that feature.
And Crystal, you've mentioned things like customizing your account, and I just want to make sure y'all know about waitlists, right?
Yes. As soon as it came out, my clients were waitlisting themselves. I was like, what is this? And I was like, oh my God, Christina, I already got one. Like, look, there's two. And it was crazy. So I liked it though, because and then in the notes, they put on there, they'll say Thursday, Friday, between this time, or they'll say any day of the week. And then, we just look into our schedules since we're able to see all our schedules in one. We're like, hey, who's open this day? Okay, we'll just put you there. Still, even though we're booking it ourselves, it is still easier because then it says convert it to an appointment and you click it and just pick the day that they pretty much ask for. You don't have to get out of it and do extra. You just convert and boom, done. Couple seconds.
Even if they're a new client, it automatically imports their information, like they're able to fill it out.
Yes.
From your perspective.
All their information is actually like on there already. Like
They
them signing it up, right? But it's always
and like I know you can set permissions in your team's account. What view do you have, Diana and Christina, over Crystal's clients and appointments? Like, what if Crystal were to go on vacation and she's like, okay, here are my people. Have you ever done that before? Have you reached that part of your working relationship yet? Is that something that you've done in the salon before?
So it does have notes on the client's GlossGenius. And every time they can go in there, they can click it and see the notes. And that's where we usually would put our sizes. So it'll be 16, 15, whatever sizes. And then we know how to deal with the clients. So they have all our notes. So we don't have to call them like, hey, what glue did you use? What curl did you use? How long? Like, it's already there. It makes it a lot easier. Especially we went camping one time and we had no service. So that would have been horrible.
I can't get over this bestie duo power team that we have here with the three of you, but particularly Diana and Christina. I really respect it. Okay. I got all my questions out. I want to give a chance to anyone who's still on the call to ask any more questions that they've got for these incredible gloss geniuses, because you are all geniuses in your own right, not only as artists, but professionals. And I get a sense that each of you are bosses in your houses and really just like run your life in and out of work. And it is an absolute pleasure to get to work with you and to support you while you're going through this as well. We've got one question from Julissa. Did you use Yelp or boosting on Instagram?
We did. We did the Yelp. The credit only though, the free credit, because they got me messed up. Girl, I looked at my account, $400. No, thank you. But the free one, yes. And it did. It got us a lot of people, messaging us, inquiring about it, as well as boosting on Instagram. We did do the ad, and the ad does. And it's worth it. Instagram is worth it. Yelp, probably not so much. They charge so much. And they don't really give you your reviews. Like I don't know what it is, but they don't recommend it. They like hide your reviews. I have like 15 5-star reviews that they hid, and I don't even know why. And then for the Instagram, it's really cheap daily. And I think it gets a lot more because a lot of people are using Instagram as a portfolio platform for them. And I think a lot of people know that now. So it is something that helps. Yes. But if you have that free credit, use it.
Yes. Well, use any credit you got. I don't care what it is. If you have to spend money to use it, I love a good credit.
Free.
Jennifer wants to know, do you only use online booking? And if so, or if you don't, what is the percentage that your clients use it? That didn't make sense. Let me make it out.
90%. The rest
do you use online booking? Yeah, I guess I guess the other hand would be walk-ins or booking them on your own, like texting and stuff like that, which we don't want to encourage because that
Right.
takes a lot of time out of your day.
Yes, for sure.
What would you say, even if it was an estimate, what's the percentage of clientele who use your online booking site?
I would say
like
95.
95.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like all our clients for sure. Other than when they walk in, but then afterwards we revert them back to that.
Send them
Yeah.
the link.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Do it yourself.
Yeah, to be honest, if
Make
they're
the
like,
next
oh,
appointment.
when can I book? I'm like, here's a link. It makes it easier. Sorry, like, I don't mean to put that pressure on them, but it helps
No,
and they can know what day they want it and what time. You know, they know that we don't.
But also, some of our clients are reoccurring, so they come every 2 weeks at the exact same time because everybody works and only has those hours to come. And you can set a reoccurring time, so that way every single week it just sets it up for yourself, and you don't have to text them. It lets them know, but you don't have to go in and put it in every week, and neither do they. It's just already done for
Oh
you.
yeah, that is a setting.
Mhm.
I mean, that is a part of GlossGenius too. Yep.
Yeah, so it's pretty convenient for everybody.
Mhm.
And
convenience, ease,
efficiency.
happiness, efficiency, all the above. It really does hit on that. And I just want to give you the opportunity to say any closing words or any advice or inspiration you wanted to share before we end our call tonight. Does anyone want to share anything else?
Don't give up.
For sure.
Don't
And if
give
you
up.
feel like giving up, call me because I'm gonna tell you not to give up. Okay? Because I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. And if you need to talk and ask questions, you guys can follow. Oh, my website's down right now. We're in maintenance, but my Instagram, our Instagram, follow us. I promise you, we will definitely help out. I don't mind sharing secrets. I know everyone's competitive. I know it's a competitive industry, but that's not what we're about. We're about helping women, other women, succeed. Because I mean, I'm a mother of 4. She's a mother of 5. She's 1. But we're still mothers. We have families, and it's hard. This industry is hard, but it's because everyone's so competitive. You don't have to be competitive. Everyone's going to get there. We have a lot of clientele, and I'd rather see people succeed because it's just so much better to see that. I don't know. Like, it's sad to see people like
There's
not
something for
making it.
everyone.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It's just so mean. People are so mean.
Mhm.
I know our theme here is like Mean Girls, but we are the opposite of that. We love seeing people succeed. That's why I go 100 miles for my students. We do training as well. I let them use the shop here 2 weeks for free because I don't care. You want to build your clientele, you can build it here. I don't care. And we do it free because it is what it is. Everyone's going to be there too. And I believe in good karma. So I do stuff to get good karma.
Wow. I think we should end there because I literally don't know how we could top that. Diana, Christina, and Crystal, thank you for sharing your incredible energy, really for being like super authentic and real and making this a welcoming environment for also me to chill with you guys tonight and spend a Monday evening with you. I think that you 3 are incredible examples of hustlers, entrepreneurs, and badass women who are here, like you said, to help others become successful, but to also be successful in your own right. And we are really privileged to have you in our GlossGenius community. I really mean that. That's why I wanted you 3 to join us on the call tonight, because I knew there was some amazing success that was coming from LaBuen Esthetics, and we did share the Instagram for you, so I hope that brings you some good karma and some good followers and creating that networking community even more.
So serious, we are willing to help, so please don't hesitate to ask questions. I promise you, I'll tell you everything, all the secrets.
Yes, I love it. Okay, well, thank you everyone for joining the call tonight. My name is Danny Berkowitz.
Bye. Thank you for
I'm
having us.
I'm the community manager at GG, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.